Hello and welcome to Please Won't You Shut Up, a Star Trek Picard podcast. I'm your girlfriend who lives in Canada, Mikki Lexa.
I am not your tour guide, but if you tip me, I'll tell you things. Blake.
And I'm still your hot side piece, Brent Robertson.
You are getting a t-shirt that just is your hot side.
It's gotta happen. This is a spoiler-free podcast for any episodes after the episode we are talking about, so despite having seen a few episodes ahead, we won't be jumping forward on the timeline and ruining the fun. Tonight we are talking about episode 2 of Picard, Maps and Legends.
Thank you. I was just looking up the titles of the episodes.
Yeah, it makes it so much
What was episode
easier.
1?
That was Remembrance.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. And this is Maps and Legends?
Maps and Legends.
Maps and Legends. Interesting.
So it was Data and Mars, which was the Remembrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Maps and Legends because you're learning stuff about the world. So it immediately opens with pre-Mars attacks.
Yes,
on
that's
Utopia
real.
Planitia.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, just to give framework so we don't do any spoilers.
Yeah.
This episode goes from that. It goes from Mars attacked, which I love,
Yeah.
to where does episode 2 end?
It ends. Oh shit.
It ends. Okay. Raffi tells him to fuck off.
Yes, Raffi tells
that
him
the
to fuck
ending?
off. He waggles the bottle of Chateau Picard and says Romulan plot.
Yeah.
And she goes,
Yeah,
fine.
is that the end?
I want to say if that's not the end, there's
close enough,
maybe
too.
a very short Soji scene after it, if anything.
But not.
Not
of any
much,
consequence
yeah.
that we care about right
nothing
now.
too important at all.
No.
No. But the opening, we meet F8, aka Fate. Yeah.
Brutal. Obvious brutal.
A synth working with a team on contact day. They're on extra
First
hours.
contact day.
Yeah, first contact day. So they're
Montana better milk this shit. If Montana, as a state, currently doesn't milk the shit out of first contact day, I'm offended. I'm not gonna give them my
I think
tourist
they do
dollars.
actually have some sort of festival at Bozeman, at least.
Can you imagine that's like all of a sudden Star Trek picks your town?
Yeah, might as well.
That's great. First contact day.
Yeah, first contact day. So these workers on Utopia Planitia are working on the holiday. Again, kind of complicated economics of like, so what do you get extra to
Also,
work on a holiday?
The cinematography is like dark red.
Hold on. The way I see it is you get not necessarily... You get money of some kind.
Yeah.
You get some kind of compensation for your work, but it feels like... It feels a little bit in this iteration of Star Trek, and this might be giving away... It's not giving away any spoilers, it's just what I've read from the 3 episodes, that it's like almost like a guaranteed basic income kind of federation.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's comfortable, everyone's got the basics, like, there's no privation or starvation or anything. But, like, if you want to live lavish and live large, and, like, then you have to work for that. And jobs actually do pay, it's just that you won't fucking starve or die if you choose to be unemployed.
Yeah,
Or,
and
like, are.
I think it's a combination of that. Like, you can bonus up to the next level of stuff by earning money.
Yeah.
But in the Federation, you could go through life just like, not subsisting, but like, you just using programs available.
Yeah.
But if you want to interact with any other civilization outside of the Federation...
Yeah, you need some funds.
You need some funds, especially the Ferengi.
Yeah.
You're gonna need some money.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, and it does seem that some people operate on that as well, but we'll get into that in the next
Episode 3, we're going to have a hard talk about economics, and I'm excited
Yes,
about
we
that.
are.
I'm very excited
Fiscal
about that. It's about time.
responsibility.
Our responsibility.
Galactic
Oh,
experiences.
But in this
economic
episode-
world.
Anyway,
So
yeah,
what happens?
this very red room, it's very
yeah.
fascinating. Everything's red, and every character seems to have a bit of a rapport, either good or bad, with F8. Some people
That thing
treat
is
them
fucking
okay.
creepy.
Super creepy.
And I
The-
say
the
that...
smile is
Oh,
too
that's the
much.
smile.
Oh yeah.
And I say that as someone who thanks Siri almost every time because, you know, I don't want the robots to come for me when it gets to that
I
point.
do that as well.
But,
also to
like,
Alexa.
this... Yeah.
Yeah.
But this... Well, God, you took her last name, for Christ's sakes.
Ah!
But,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
no, these robots are creepy as fuck.
Yeah. No.
Hell yeah.
He looks like Stephen Merchant. And yeah, the hell yeah. Just what did you do? Nothing. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah.
What's brown and sticky?
Oh, God. So bad.
It was bad.
It was so bad.
It's nice to know that
he's doing a poor detriment to all puns.
Yeah.
Like,
but I guess if you have a machine that doesn't even get that, it's just like, oh god.
But his ultimate poor reaction is still coming.
Mm-hmm. So something goes flashy in his eyes,
mm-hmm.
and he starts taking down the security of...
Is that a phaser he was using?
I think it's like a cutting phaser.
Okay, like a mechanical, like a building thing. Because it was brutal and awesome.
Oh, God.
I was like, damn, phasers were I was like a beam of light has killed you somehow. And this was like, I'm going to cut through you and cut the wall behind you, and it's going to be pretty horrifying.
Yeah, it's like a chainsaw of a laser.
Boom! And a much more aggressive sound, too. Like, no little...
What a wonderfully horrible... like violent scene in that sense of like not only
and then it's just escalation like little hints in the background, monitors and announcements. Like as soon as he starts going nuts and it starts announcing warning, like we knew what's happening, but still like multiple synthetics are going rogue. It's just like oh yes,
it's like everything has gone to shit.
Yeah, and the
so bad it burned off the atmosphere. Exactly. I can't get over that. It's such an escalation of scale. It's great.
It not only burned off the atmosphere. The ships with the refugees in orbit were the ones that Picard saved in the comic book.
No! So, like, actually the refugees died too?
Yeah. All of the refugees died. And,
so, it feels like the Romulans are behind this. Why are they killing their own people?
Right? What is the purpose? It can't just be some hatred of machines. That's
no, because they're killing their own people.
Yeah. Or maybe they were killing those indigenous inhabitants that got enslaved, and the Tal Shiar are just like, we super don't care about them.
Mm.
But at the same time, it did stop the salvation of other Romulans through the Federation. But maybe they were just like, no, we've got plans. We got plans and with plans. We're Romulans. What do you want?
Yeah. We need to mosey on them because one of my favorite scenes out of the 3 episodes so far that I've seen is coming up very, very soon. I'm excited.
Mosey.
Well, I don't know. So you keep us on track, and then because I'm not sure how close.
At this point, actually, I'm completely.
I watched this today to catch up. Okay, so Daj is dead.
Daj is dead.
Do we end up in the apartment in Boston right away?
Yes, I believe that they more or less go from. He's at the chateau talking to the 2 Romulans assistants.
and a reasonable sedan.
A reasonable sedan. At the backseat of a sedan.
Mm-hmm. Larson hatchback, yeah.
And Lars, being the more interesting character, goes, well, let's just fucking go. Yeah. Let's go to the crime scene.
She's so on it there. She's like, okay, the whole... whatever technology she was using to show exactly what the fuck happened was like
life rewind.
It was a little bit like that quote that indistinguishable from magic, that whole thing about modern technology. It was a little far, but it was still cool. I love that it was explained as her like like him like that's illegal in the Federation. Oh, I had no idea. She's so casual, which I loved. That was just a cute little nod to her personality. But what really got me was he's like, and it's notoriously unreliable. And she's like, oh, good, that's what we wanted you to think.
It's like,
and then it works flawlessly. It's like...
it's such a wonderful Romulan thing of like,
of course you're telling me that. Yeah. That really worked. You actually bought that.
God damn it.
It's such a nice perspective to have friendly Romulans who were part of the inner workings. So they're like... she can be funny about all that shit and still confirm a bunch of stuff for us.
I love Romulans, but I was always so pissed that every time they showed up in stories previously, they would betray them in the end. It's like, no, just give me a Romulan who's like,
interesting.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been some really neat nods to Romulan culture. I think those are in the next episode, but like...
oh, so cool.
Some really fucking fun stuff. And I'm not a person who's historically really loved the Romulans, like...
but they've always been there.
Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I hate
Klingons. A presence of.
Like, I think the supernova should have destroyed the Klingon Empire, and I think it should have just been successful. Like, the Klingons drive me fucking nuts. But the Romulans I've just kind of been, like, meh about. And no, I'm actually starting to really like them now. Yeah. Klingons are still garbage people, but the Romulans are interesting.
I think Discovery made them a little more oddly garbage as well, because they went from, like, weird... cliche warrior society to like near barbaric, and it's like
it's very strange.
You're weird.
Yeah.
You're so weird.
Yeah. It was cooler at first to see them so much more alien as you would think they should be.
Yeah.
And then it was just too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're still as showy.
This is very true.
Like they're like, if you painted different gold and you painted different silver, like French people at one point look very. Like gilded and like done up. Like it could just be like, hundreds of years go on and you put on pink instead of.
You think
blue.
the Klingon face change? That's a bit more than that. But...
No, but like they've explained it with the hair.
During they've come up with some juicy explanations. But
okay, so
all right, let's stick to Picard.
Actually, I'll ask one question though. First, if Michael Dorn shows up in this show, what is he going to look like?
He's going to look like normal Worf.
Normal Worf?
Yeah, it's been confirmed that that's not going to be continued into this. It's just an aesthetic choice.
Cool.
I'm glad they're not going to be like. Any of the like complete two devoteds at Comic-Con, they're like, it explains the change back to you. They're like an aesthetic choice made by the direction department. Like
it's like our art department. That's what.
Yeah, people didn't like it. People freaked out. That's what. You freaked out. It was you.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Yeah,
it's your fault.
Are you Chad 187 way too angry at bizarrelyAOL.com still?
Yeah. Bizarrely AOL.
No, I want Worf with the Chakotay.
Chakotay.
Oh god.
He has made it very popular.
Oh, that's great.
Everybody thought it was real cool.
Tom Paris
got one,
Mike
Tyson.
But it's fucked up, so it's like offensive. It actually says a swear word or something.
Oh, that's great.
Everyone just keeps laughing at Tom
It's
Paris.
like all those twinks that get Kung Pao chicken tattooed because they think it means like peace, joy, and harmony.
Wonderful. So yeah, they.
So Laris is awesome. We've established this. She's fucking
Laris
fantastic.
is fantastic.
All Romulans should have Irish accents. They're just great.
Yeah. So she does the scanny scan of the room, and they completely reconstruct the events, and they see the ass kickery.
No,
it's up to
hold
the
the phone. He goes to Okinawa before this.
Does he?
He has to, because Laris, when they're searching for evidence that's hidden in evidence kind of thing, references that Dr. Giovanni told him that the twins would look identical.
Yes.
And I don't think that happened in episode 1.
No, it does not. You're right. He goes
so we need to nerd out for a minute on seeing the Daystrom Institute.
My God. Amazing.
Just such a and I guess we'll go to Daystrom. It's like, whoa.
Wait, no, you're going to
Daystrom? You're going to Daystrom. First of all, Daystrom's on Earth. Did not know.
Good to know, but
I
always assumed it was on some other fucking planet.
I also feel like it has locational areas as well. Like
it probably has like Daystrom,
like a Daystrom Institute can
but
be
this,
multiple locations.
I feel like that's like UNB and UNBSJ. Like I feel like there's probably like there's Daystrom Institute Bayshore campus kind of thing, but like this is like the real like the main campus, and it looks fucking awesome.
It looks fantastic.
So Okinawa,
I do think you're
giant
right.
Giant hanging thing in the sky.
That was so cool.
Extremely fun. Oh, your next lecture's in the main campus building. Oh, where's that? Oh, you have to teleport up. It's up there. See, it's hanging.
Yeah,
right up there, just gracefully hanging.
I really like the use of like it's almost like old school filming with landscapes, like painted landscapes, where it's like, look at this glorious thing in the background. You're not going to get closer to it.
Yeah.
And I really like they're essentially doing that, but it really works on the horizon.
It's so fun, and it's like, okay, so it's a research institute, so there's probably a reason for that, but it's also just so cool. I'm glad it's not part of like, San Francisco, people live in like a floating thing. It's like, no, what if that fails? What if this? What if that?
Yeah.
People need to live in that. Like, what's the point? There's still lots of room, apparently. You can still have a privately owned chateau. But like, no, it's a research facility. It should have something fucking cool, like a giant hanging building in the sky. Yeah. Love it. And
So
Dr. Giovanni. This is where, okay,
so we meet Dr. Giovanni,
She's got a really old school name. Something...
I wrote that down, I believe. No, I did not.
It's like Imelda or something.
It's Girardi.
Girardi.
Dr. Girardi.
Girardi. Man, I got her name wrong the whole episode.
Agnes Girardi. Agnes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Agnes. And she is kind of surprised and amazed to suddenly be meeting Picard, and then he asks her about synthetics and Dr.
About
Bruce
biological
Maddox,
synthetics.
and she has a miserable fucking reaction.
She does. She's just like, well, that's not fucking possible. And he's like, I just had tea with one. And she's like, I wish I had taken a holiday today. This is a tough day for me. I'm not allowed to even experiment. I work in this giant, like, ghostly, empty hall of a shell of an institute now.
I can only theorize. And
yeah.
It's like,
oh, that hurts. Yeah.
So he asks then, okay, so...
Oh, and it's a galactic treaty, so she can't even go to, like, the Klingon Empire and do everything. It seems like... It's not even a quadrant-wide treaty.
No,
it seems like they got a lot of
Romulan levels.
They got a lot of buy-in.
Yeah. The Romulan state level were like, okay, push for it.
Yeah.
Do it.
The HereEgo are like, we keep getting beat up by holograms. We will send that shit.
Honestly, they are.
Dear HereEgo, could you please stop coming to these talks dressed like Nazis?
Dear HereEgo, could you please shut up if you're gonna fake that?
Also, turn off your goddamn stereo. Because, like, that's what their system, like, their communication system just takes over half of the fucking quadrant.
Oh, that's true.
And it's always on.
They're playing, like, the HereEgo equivalent of Norwegian.
It's like a Doom complex of just, like, I'm just gonna play it. It's cool. So good.
Listen, it's jamming tunes. Be cool. Come on.
That's why nobody goes that way, because they're just like,
nobody goes that way because the Delta Quadrant is like the original bad neighborhood of the galaxy.
Everything about it is
a mess.
Fucking terrible.
It is a mess, but that's another show's problem. And fault.
And fault. And problem. And fault. And problem.
And that show's a problem. And it's at fault. But back to Picard.
Right.
Which, hey, 2 episodes in, it's fucking great.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I into it.
Really enjoy this show.
It's a little setup heavy, but...
It's
also got a lot of time. It's got a lot of time to like organize and get you back into the world.
Yeah. Although I do kind of like that it get you back into the world, and we spend a lot of time on modern Earth or future Earth because we don't really see it that much in the original show.
We don't, and it's very boringly done when we do. It's very just like establishing shot. It is really nice. Again, it goes back to all the yelling I did in the last episode about how excited I am that it's more relatable and it feels more layered and it's more Caprica. Like
it's very Caprica.
It's great, but it's still like clearly
but better than Caprica.
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of very obvious like this is okay. Yeah, it is still kind of our society, but if it went through a number of changes and had Ferengi banks and like
it's also been smart in taking the like Battlestar Galactica. Type of cinematography where like it's a little grittier, like there's a little bit of dust to things.
Some things aren't as like stuff,
gray and shiny.
It's not just establishing shot while I judo chop you in the neck, face palm you,
Like there's a little bit more like maybe you might get hurt, or like a really innocent Agnes.
Super innocent. Very good. That I have questions about her innocence, which we will get into.
Oh, I hadn't even thought. I'm so credulous. I hadn't even thought about that.
But anyway, she says, "Listen, I can't fucking help you." And the one guy who can has disappeared.
Bruce Banner, as I call him in my head.
Bruce Banner.
I know. Every time you're like Bruce Maddox, I'm like, who? Oh, Bruce Banner. Okay.
Bruce Banner.
I call him Bruce Badlocks.
Badlocks. So Dr. Bruce Maddox, who was first introduced in Measure of a Man, in which he attempted to argue legally that Data was property.
Mm-hmm. And then they became friends.
Because that's the most Data thing ever, to be like, you had an interesting idea.
Yeah.
I'm now going to be your friend. And it's like, dude, he tried to enslave you.
Yeah, and he's like, I would be emotionally held back by that if I turned my emotional chip on, but no.
No.
All right,
it's just like, fine, Data.
And he wrote him his letters about his day.
In the funniest episode, Data's Day.
I love Data's Day.
Can we put in a small plug for the TNG edits at this point?
My God, yes.
Oh, good God, if you have not, YouTube, TNG edits, Gazora. Enjoyed dying 1,000 hilarious deaths.
But also
the panpipe or the fucking flute while the ship. Oh my God, it's so good.
I love the really stupid, simple, really basic thing of flipping the ship whenever it's flying, so it's upside down. It's just, I don't know. There's something about that gets me every time.
I know.
This is so wonderfully stupid. Spot.
Oh God.
Spot. Unta Spot.
Okay,
Unta Spot.
We're never gonna get. Oh know we're never gonna get through this episode. This is horrible.
Ow. What the fuck happens next? Okay,
so I'm trying to think. So Okinawa, and then Boston.
Then Boston.
So much setup.
And they determine that yes, the clone or the twin should look just like her.
Right, and then they find out that she's off-world at least, and then he...
Oh, right, because she does the tech thing.
Oh, and this is where,
she does the tech
spoiler
thing.
non-alert, because we can talk about it now, this is where we find out that Geordi's still alive.
Okay.
Because Picard goes... Yeah, this is what happens. Picard has this very bitchy meeting at Star Trek, or at Starfleet
Oh my
headquarters.
God, the fantastic response
Oh my God.
Starfleet
Yeah,
has.
Admiral
With, like, Janeway's
within
bestie.
full rights. Like, seriously, he had that coming.
Oh my
in
God.
spades. You're going to go on, as again, they call it Galactic TV, so again, it's even scaling up primetime, and call them out that hard, and then you walk in, and not even like it's a question, just like, oh, I'm going to do this.
You're
this,
going
and
to
this.
give me a ship because I am great, and this needs to be done.
And she
the fucking
gives
arrogance.
him a fucking arrogance right in his face, and it's totally deserved and called for in every way.
That
and makes him feel like a
was-
doddering old fool and sends him on his fucking
That
way.
actress was actually in TNG as a engineering lieutenant.
You said she always had like kind of just like
really?
Like a
grabby throwaway
snarky, like
lines, like a bit
shitty
surly.
comment back to Geordi and Data.
I hope it's this, I hope they remembered that and were intentionally like, that person became the fucking head of Starfleet. They're that person that you hate that's just like, why did you?
She's the new Admiral Dougherty.
Hello.
So what was the one that Picard brought down with the drum?
The drumhead. Oh, that crazy bit. Oh my God, she's nuts.
But like that's also kind of Picard now.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
Like
little
he's
bit.
a bit nuts,
He's
running
bit
around
nuts.
saying we got to do it this way.
That's true.
Patrick Stewart's performance in reacting to being told piss off was fantastic. Where he's just like,
They do a great job of portraying him as unrepentantly arrogant. Like, he has a serious character flaw for him. Like, he's kind of, like, amusedly appalled that the guy at the gate to Starfleet doesn't know who he is, kind of thing. Tells him he's happy to see him up and around because he's clearly old.
yeah.
And, like, yeah, he really does not have any idea that he's not going to get exactly what he wants, and he's appalled by this.
Yeah.
So, yes, then he makes his Raffi don't hang up call.
Yeah. Which...
Oh, yeah, because Geordi LaForge's throwaway line.
Oh, yeah.
Because Reasonable Price Sedan recommends that he get a crew together and go find the twin. So he's like, call... Does he say call Worf or LaForge?
No, he says call Riker first. And he's like,
and then he says Worf or LaForge.
Yeah.
So they're all still fine. So LaForge
At least
is
those
fine.
three. And
all the higher-ups on Utopia Phoenicia were on
And
quality
we
for
know
the-
that
for the-
Deanna's okay because she's married to...
We've seen her.
Yeah, like it's in a preview. So like that's not a spoiler. It's in a preview.
Yeah. So
This episode is currently being sponsored by Dogfights. Come on!
Dogfights!
Come on! Out.
It's rough.
Terrible. Terrible. So yeah, they essentially he's given no option and he's kind of doddering and he takes a last ditch attempt and he calls Raffi Music?
Raffi
Raffi Musica.
Musica,
who of course we met in the prequel comic very briefly as a brilliant up-and-coming, very loyal to Picard first officer.
we don't get much of a feel for her yet this episode.
We do
I feel
not.
like we're jumping over a few...
We're jumping over a bunch of Soji stuff.
Is it Soji? How do you spell her name?
S-O-J-I.
Soji, okay. So she's fucking British McClure villain.
Yeah. Now, here's the interesting thing.
McClure?
McClure villain. He's McClure
I thought you said McClure villain.
And British McClure
villain.
villain's
From
sister
previous-
Yeah.
is working for... That, okay.
I don't...
The fact that the Vulcan head of security is apparently a Romulan agent pisses me off so hard.
That was
That's
so,
like,
just
that's so
like,
obvious.
Wow, you guys... Oh, no. She's not obvious in this episode. Jumping ahead very quickly. The sunglasses!
Yeah.
What kind of a fucking spy wears sunglasses and shows up to talk to you about spy shit? And it's just like, are you
She's
kidding
like, I'm
me?
just nonchalant, I'm on the beach.
I actually wanted someone to, Dr. What's-Her-Name, to be like, are those sunglasses? Why don't you have, like, your eye tints on or something? Like, something futuristic that isn't Ray-Bans.
Yeah. They weren't Ray-Bans.
They were Ray-Bans.
No, I refuse to believe that.
They were Ray-Bans. They were the classic Wayfarer design.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no, I know Wayfarers.
That's great.
That's my favorite.
I hate that character so far just because it's too obvious.
So
I'm presuming
stupid and...
I'm presuming something's going on where she's not actually working for the Romulans. That she's compromised in another less irritatingly obvious way.
So do you think she is a Vulcan who's compromised, or do you think she's a Romulan pretending to be a Vulcan?
I'm hoping she's a Vulcan who's compromised, because if she's a Romulan pretending to be a Vulcan, I'm so bored because it's been done 8 billion times.
Fair.
Like, that ambassador...
And it's a nice flip on the switch of, like, a Vulcan just trying to hold things together and then having a Romulan undermine.
Yeah, like, I would love it if she's, like, a Vulcan and, like, a true Federation supporter, and she legitimately is so terrified of synthetics that she's, like, working at... I would like it if she wasn't working with the Romulans. She has to be, but, like...
Yeah.
At least not by choice. There should be something going on there less obvious.
Well, it also builds the world. It builds the world of... Everybody's a little bit terrified right now because a whole world went on fire.
Yeah.
I specifically do not, like, I'm okay with, like,
and
whatever...
And neighbor, you're right. We're neglecting the importance of that, too.
Oh, yeah. But, like,
Founder of the Federation.
Mars?
No, Vulcan.
No, we're talking about Mars.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mars is on fire, thus maybe why Starfleet security is so paranoid. But I find the sister character to be, like, who's the go-between between all of this, to be superfluous, because, like, they're not revealing anything yet, but they're showing her and her relationships, and it's like, no, I do this later if we must.
Yeah.
Tying this now is too early. Otherwise, you're like, I feel like it's a fake clue to something.
This is why I'm still convinced that...
We haven't hit the mid-season turn, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Once you hit the mid-season turn, it's like they're going to set up a couple of pins, and not everyone will fall down.
Yeah.
But, like, they have to put the pins up.
This is what I'm saying. Clearly Evil definitely is going to end up falling for Soji and choosing her over his, like, sister and blah, blah, and, like...
Or dying tragically.
Which bugs me, because if that's what happens, it does come across as kind of obvious, because what else are you going to do? He's actually a legit villain, and so is his sister, and so is O, and they're all just Romulan agents.
It's just so obvious.
Yeah, it's like, there's got to be some twist there, but I kind of feel like if we're just being set up for, like, ooh, the twist, I'm like, I'm not that intrigued by...
If a
Mikki
character
does
die tragically, can they stay dead, though, please?
That would be nice. And especially it's a danger around Borg technology, because
but, like,
you can resurrect people.
With Yar, with Discovery, like, just, if somebody dies, let them.
Yeah, like, just let it be permanent, not be some weird workaround for a story.
Please, it's okay. They're bringing this show back, or they're bringing these characters back after how long?
Yeah.
We're absolutely going to lose a key player.
Yeah, someone's going to die.
They're totally going to kill off one of the original TNG cast.
My money's on one.
Deanna's going to get a shot in the face.
No, but like there's going to be a moment where everybody's going to drop out like, oh my god.
I think they're going to kill Worf on screen as a tribute to throwing Worf across the room.
They're going to kill Riker, and they're going to be focusing on Deanna. And she's going to be like, oh my god, I can't feel him. And then it'll be like calling back to all the bloopers of Jonathan Frakes being like, go ahead, feel some shit. And it'll be hilarious.
He gets shot, and he dramatically falls down, but he first has to, like, walk over a chair to fall over. It's fantastic.
They reveal it's Thomas.
Ooh, that'd be nice. And
that'd be so fucked.
Will comes
Will's
out
just in
like
the basement or
something.
something.
Will's like, what's going on?
Will died.
Oh, that's so weird.
Will died, and she found Thomas. That'd be great.
Is he dead, Thomas Riker? Because didn't he join Mikki?
No, he's not dead. He's in prison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Probably not anymore. It's
probably not. He should have been on Voyager. Ugh. I mean, obviously, they couldn't have convinced Jonathan Frakes to
go on such a terrible show.
Yeah, but that would have been great if just like it's not Will Riker, but it is Will Riker, but it's not Will Riker.
Yeah,
that would have been great instead of like fake ass Chakotay. Oh, we've been down that road before.
Okay, Chakotay is a horrifying, hilarious amalgam.
Yeah,
and a pile of nonsense. Harry Kim should have been gay. Harry Kim
should have
reads
been
as gay in every respect and just has no interesting developments because they couldn't do it.
But
Tom Paris is the most milquetoast
interested in the twins. He's interested in Tom Paris, and Tom Paris keeps dragging him along to the twins.
Yeah, he's interested in having like a hot four-way with the twins where he can just ignore the twins and focus on Tom Paris. Which is so weird. Like, who wants Tom Paris?
No one. No one on Earth.
Apparently
Harry,
Balana?
you could get Chakotay easy.
Balana's got no taste. We all know that.
No, it's true.
Anyway, that's a horrible show. We're talking about a good show.
Yeah, it's true. We should get back to that.
So, on the Borg Cube, which we get a couple more details of. One, we understand that people are working on it in some capacity.
And that they are trying to free former Borgs.
Yeah, which is...
What they're doing with them remains mysterious.
Very mysterious.
And it's not...
But Soji doesn't seem like a bad person.
No.
And she seems to be rather gentle-minded towards these people, so I can't imagine that it's like extremely obviously terrible what's happening to them after this.
And it seems to be almost like a project that either you get hired to do, or it's a lot of like doctorate students
people
or
want to
master's
do it.
Students. Yeah, and it's like no,
that's right, because we get
like teaching hospital.
Yeah,
potentially
exactly.
nameless new character who I completely forget her name, unfortunately.
And psychology has a lot to do with it as well, which is interesting.
Exactly.
But by the Romulan Free State. Now we can touch on this finally.
So the Empire, the
Star Empire, which has the stupidest name I've ever heard. Romulan Star Empire.
Star Empire.
The symbol no longer has Romulus and Remus.
I couldn't see the symbol.
Like any of the little symbols you see, where it usually has like the
two
talons. Balls.
Yeah,
there's nothing.
Well, it makes sense.
Oh yeah.
So
they're
just
like
homeless.
What?
Yeah.
You could just like take those out and just be like,
brutal.
Need that.
We don't.
The name is interesting.
The Free State, yeah.
Free State.
I'm really fascinated
by it.
It
makes me think it's not as authoritarian as it has been. It can't be.
No, and
unless it's like the Democratic People's Republic of North Korea,
right? And but of course we don't know yet. But of course they're operating this project openly. So
that's the thing, and if humans are going to work on it, then there's ties with the Federation of some sort. There's like labor exchange, there's some kind of citizen agreement, like movement of people kind of thing, which the fucking terribly named Star Empire certainly never had.
Yeah. And Starfleet is not overly concerned that there might be some sort of Romulan plot. So it seems that like the Romulans have been, at least in their eyes, have been neutered and are now more cooperative.
At least in the Free State.
Exactly.
We don't know that that there's still a unitary Romulan state.
And this really fascinatingly plays into Star Trek Online, which for a decade kind of held up the light of the original canon. And in that now, it who the fuck knows what's going on there story-wise, because it is in canon. They get the actors to come in and read the lines, but of course it takes place about 10 years after this show.
Oh.
Or maybe 10 or 20 years. And in that, it's not the Romulan Free State, it's the New Republic.
Okay.
Romulan New Republic, and there's a whole history. There's a new Romulus. All of that's going to get ejected or like put into like a third...
Or they'll get us there.
...universe.
Somehow.
No, because like it's video game writing. It's not good enough. It's
in that case, excise that stuff.
So I'd just like to say thank you, Star Trek Online, for keeping the dream alive. But as it occurs every now and then with Star Trek stuff, you're gone.
Yeah.
You were ejected. I am sorry.
The Kelvin timeline never happened.
Kelvin timeline?
No, it did, but it happened as it was exploding and destroying itself.
No, it was all a dream that Will Riker saw on the holodeck when he was having a personal crisis.
He was drunk on trombone.
Have you ever read that story about it's the janitor's life it's the life of a janitor on the Enterprise, and it's all about him having to clean the holodeck, and how it's so fucking awful. Like, Worf does extremely gross things in it, and then like, but Riker's thing is all a thing where he's like, I think he's like a giant Riker shitting in the mouth of a smaller Riker or something. I don't know. I don't remember properly. But it's quite fucked and hilarious.
That's amazing.
I'm build number one, number two.
I feel like that was something I should have saved for the Patreon only conversation.
That's fantastic, though. I did not know that. Okay, so yeah, that we meet nameless character who Soji exposition dumps to. We get to see a little bit of the Narek, I believe his name was. Their relationship.
McClearly
Evil. We get to see that board that says that there hasn't been an assimilation in 16 years, despite this taking
which is nicely done in both English and some kind of Romulan,
right?
Soji talks to a Trill friend.
Soji talks to a Trill, so the Trills are still doing fine.
Yep.
I don't... whatever.
Presumably still members of the Federation. They're pretty...
Well, if they're in the Romulan New State, Free State, like they don't... They may not be.
Well, they're working
Soji's from the Federation.
And there's the other thing. Soji acknowledges that, like, Daj is my sister, whereas Daj never, like, mentioned
that she had a sister.
And so, like...
Do you think Daj didn't know?
I maybe? There's something there that it played to me that Daj was less aware, and Soji is more special because she was aware of whatever it is.
Maybe Daj was like the B4 in this relationship.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, and we find out B4 didn't work.
Yes, B4 didn't work,
which
and
apparently
Data
devastates you.
Yes, because it means that Data is lost.
Oh. Being killed with affection. You're a sweet puppy, but we're trying to record a podcast.
Deal with it. So yeah, we find out B4 didn't work. Data is dead. They still have B4.
He's in a B4 drawer.
In a B4 drawer.
But does that not mean that
in the after credenza?
But they did save a spark of Data.
Specifically, the spark of Data though is in Soji and Daj.
But is that directly from?
It'd have to be directly from Data.
Yeah, it's directly from Data, not B4. He sent it
to him?
Maddox.
Okay.
Yeah.
When he sent his love letter of what happened today.
Exactly. And so it gets revealed that, the twins is the last episode. So nothing is revealed yet except that whoever the other Daj twin is, this is from Picard's perspective, they're out in space somewhere.
Can I nitpick something?
Yeah.
The line, I didn't know Romulans could be that hot. That's fucking racist as shit.
Who said that?
Nameless Trill friend.
Oh!
Who probably has a name, but...
Yeah, that is kind of like, especially after this much time, it's like, you probably...
I didn't know Chinese people could be that hot. Wow!
You'd think a Trill would know better than to, like...
Yeah, she's clearly unjoined.
Yeah.
Unjoinable.
Maybe she's first generation. She doesn't know shit yet.
Yeah, no one in her entire family history has ever passed the initiate exam, that one.
There's the reason.
It's funny to think of it that way, though, but, like... It is! You've known Romulans for that long.
Right?
Yeah, that's weird.
Come on.
Yeah.
Also, by that logic...
If one of my friends said I didn't know Asians could be that hot, I'd be like, I have problems with things that are coming out of your face.
Right? But also, by that logic, is she saying that, like, she's never seen an attractive Vulcan?
Because they look pretty much like... But where did the head bumps come from?
I think that's just one of those, like, evolutionary things that occurred after the split.
I'm really glad out of anything that we've gotten away from the, like, Kim Jong-un enforced universal haircuts for Romulans.
Yeah, having a budget for costume and shit is really, really nice. I really like that you don't see them showing up with those weird checkerboard jacket things.
It was the same thing for all of the, like, Starfleet characters.
Yeah.
They
all had the...
Oh, and all of your
stylized
leisure wear was brought to you by couch upholstery.
Yeah.
I love having aliens with different accents for some reason. It's just fun.
It
makes
is.
It easier to suspend disbelief. Like, I like it. I do. But like, why do you have to have the clear villain have a British accent? It just... Does his sister have a British accent?
I don't think so, and I think that's like a character he's putting on.
Oh, hold the fucking phone. Is sister just a term? Because when Laris and Reasonably Priced Sedan are talking about being the Tal Shiar, and she's talking about their handler, and he's referring to his mother, and then her getting drunk with them, and he says something about his father. Is that just like your cell that you operate in the Tal Shiar? Do you just have a family-based cell? Did I just discover a thing? Ooh,
maybe. That's a fascinating idea.
So maybe they're not related at all.
Yeah, maybe it's just, maybe that's the code name that you call the other member
Maybe we
of
found
your cell.
something to make them interesting. Yeah, alright. Alright, what else happens this episode?
So then we get to, he approaches Raffi, who is living at Vasquez Rock. Not a set at Vasquez Rock.
But like Vasquez Rock.
Yeah, at
is that
the
like
actual Vasquez Rock.
Which is now canon.
Yeah, so ever since the Gorn episode.
No! That's delightful they chose there.
And so it appears
so good.
It appears now and then throughout in various, like, from various perspectives and various shots.
But it was actually credited as its reason.
This is the first time it's actually
That's
been
such a nice touch.
She's at Vasquez. Yeah. So that's super cool.
RV house thing is awesome.
I know, I really like it.
It's awesome. And as we learn in the next episode, but it's not much of a spoiler, she grows snake weed, whatever the fuck that is, and vapes it on her deck.
Vapes the shit out of it.
That was... I'm not sure what it says about my character that I was really happy to see someone vaping on, like, future Star Trek, but I was.
I was happy to see, and we'll get into further detail on it, but another character just smoking a fucking stogie on his ship, Rios.
Oh, hey. Listen, we're going to get into how much I like everything about that guy.
That guy's pretty cool.
He's a panty dropper, that one. Jeez.
But also, yes. Anyway, that's the next episode. Because Picard approaches Raffi, he's carrying a bottle of Chateau de Picard, and she says, "Fuck off."
Yeah, and he's like, "Romulan agents operating on Earth with impunity. Oh.
I have booze and secrets."
Yeah, and I think that's pretty much the end of it.
Yeah, that's pretty much the end of it.
Thoughts and feelings for me were still extremely positive, but I was still extremely annoyed that, like, a lot of the trailers showed, like, you know, Picard with his new crew on this ship going to save things. And we're still on fucking Earth, and he's just met with one person who's going to go with him. Like, well, I guess two if you count Dr. Girardi.
But still, for all you know at this point, Girardi could just be like a drop-in info dump.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because the pacing issues for me, which it's funny because you're right, it is very fast-paced. There is a lot of info dumps. There is a lot of exposition. But now that we're all set up, all the setup, still I was chafing the whole time because we still haven't gotten off Earth and we still haven't met this crew. We still haven't seen this ship he's going to be spending time on. Yeah. But all of these issues are solved in the next episode.
Exactly.
So like, I was like...
But where's my legacy characters?
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, I've been seriously irritated.
And, like, even on, like, if you if Starfleet
you gotta save them, though.
No, but if Starfleet is Starfleet, you could pick up your phone and be like, "Hey, buddy, what's going on?"
Yeah. But you know that,
you know you would.
If Picard had this reaction to Starfleet, because Picard is fucking Starfleet. He ran the flagship, for Christ's sakes. Yeah. If he's willing to bail on Starfleet, like, you have to imagine a lot of the Enterprise crew scattered like the wind real fast. Like,
yeah,
there's no reason to believe Riker and Dee have anything left to do with Starfleet at all. I keep saying Star Trek, like it's a thing they can abandon. Starfleet.
The one thing the one true complaint I have about this episode is I wish that the CNC of Starfleet that he went to, I wish that was Catherine. Because I really would have liked to have
I actually read an article where it argued the opposite perspective, that it was a good thing that they didn't use Kathy J. Yeah. And I feel like a bad person because, again, I'm going to take it there. I wonder if it was one of two things. Part of me wonders if Mulgrew just didn't want to do it. Mm-hmm. And I can kind of see that because her feelings towards Star Trek are mixed.
Yes, they are.
But if someone was like, no, she doesn't look enough like Janeway anymore, she's aged poorly, I'm going to be so mad. I'm going to be like, really? Like, yeah. Because, like, she doesn't look like Janeway anymore.
She doesn't.
But she's just aged, and she looks cool, and, like, you know what? Janeway necessarily wouldn't look like Janeway anymore. Time has passed.
Right? She may not be in Starfleet either. She could be hanging out with Raffi, smoking...
No way. Catherine's a Janeway...
Catherine's a Janeway until the end of time.
Catherine is in Starfleet until she dies.
Her being an admiral made sense. Picard being an admiral made less sense.
Kirk being an admiral makes no sense. Yeah. They should have actively been like, no! This guy?
Kirk should have been a Biden-esque vice president of the Federation. That would have been delightful.
Amazing.
Yeah, I was pretty pissy about, like, the pacing just because of the whole... I really have a preoccupation, apparently, about us still being not off-world.
I mean, it's Star Trek, and we're
Star
still on
Trek,
Earth.
yeah.
It is curious.
But at the same time, and especially because I know it's only 10 episodes.
Yeah.
There is a lot to build up. There is a lot of story to build up.
You've got a clock going, though.
Yeah, I don't want to give too much away, but by the end of the next episode, I'm completely resolved. I'm fine. This show's great. If you've only seen the first 2 episodes and you're having any of the issues with pacing I'm having, just go the fuck ahead and watch the next episode and be resolved and happy.
Jump and go.
But first, donate to our Patreon account.
Oh, yes.
Actually, don't donate. That's not a thing.
No,
we're not a charity.
Sponsor.
Yeah.
But before that,
we're starving children, and you need to sponsor us.
Please help us. Predictions. What was the prediction?
Oh, make it so.
Make it so.
Make it so. The things we want.
Make it so.
A legacy character. Just a legacy character in the background. Maybe like a on-screen discussion with Picard and a person from somewhere that we know.
I just want to be right about... And not just because I want to be right, but because I like the concept better of that brother and sister not being family, but being like operatives. Like that'd
be really cool.
Because that really would make a lot more sense out of the references to mother and father from Reasonably Priced Sedan.
Yeah, and in the comics they don't mention like mother or father or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like to see more of the structure and detail of the Free State. I want to know what the fuck's up.
Yes.
Where are they? Are they on New Romulus? Have they?
And where is what's going on? Like, have the margins survived? Yeah. Is it one half of the Empire has been destroyed?
Like, what does the map of Starfleet look like? Because, and this is not not ruining anything, but Discovery, their whole storyline in the crazy future is very small Starfleet.
Yes.
So, like, are we seeing the slow degradation of it to nothingness?
If Starfleet still exists at all in 900 years, you're doing fine.
Have we not even reached the peak of Starfleet, though? Is that maybe in the 27th?
Well, let's separate Starfleet and the Federation, too. Like, the two can be mutually exclusive.
This is true.
The Federation could rot, and Starfleet could survive and create something new and shinier in its place, or more likely the vice versa. Starfleet could become corrupt until the Federation eventually has to close that shit down and replace it with something brand new.
Well, who is the policy overriding control of the Time Starfleet people? Like,
there must be like a minister of temporal nonsense on like the Federation Council.
Yeah.
So could Picard set up the temporal prime directive?
No, because there's already temporal agents in the present because they show up on DS9 to debrief Cisco after the bell rides. Yes, I am that guy. We do know that much about this show.
No, you're absolutely right. The Temporal Affairs Office already exists and has existed since Kirk, because they claim that he was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's true. Although they could be going, wow.
I suspected that meant, like, at the time, they were like, oh, fucking hell. I think the Temporal Affairs Office, or whatever it's called, is begun just after Bakula. Shit. Archer.
Janeway really got a pass from that whole department.
No, wait, never mind. They didn't complain about Kirk, they complained about Janeway.
Janeway got a massive... They
said that she was a pain in the ass.
In DS9, they said Kirk was a pain in the ass.
They don't mention Janeway?
They can't, because she's
you're
missing
right.
and
but like,
whatever, because apparently they can't see the future.
The year of hell. Surely that would have, like, caused their computers to freak out.
That should have been
This is back when they were all focused on the quadrant. Oh my god, it was like when people were all nationalists and forgot we all live on one planet. Now we're all galactic in our scope.
We've gone 50 minutes.
We've gone 50 minutes?
Yeah.
We should note that it's late. Like...
It's 11:30.
Oh dear. Is it?
Yeah.
Do we have time for one more episode?
We launch right into it, probably.
Well, we still have to do a brief and we still have to do a brief. I keep wanting to call it Untucked, but I'm sure Rue has trademarked that. We need to do a brief backdoor cigarettes.
All right. Well, let me just do this. And
for our delightful and loyal and lovely Patreon subscribers, who we will send nudes to upon request. They'll be of Brent because he's the quietest one of us.
$5 for nudes.
I'm also the hot side piece, so they're my
Yay!
nudes.
There you go. We can use him for it.
All right.
All the photos. Thank you so much.
They'll be tasteful.
Ha! No, they wouldn't.
Not if I took one.
Raunchy. Thank you so much for listening to Please Won't You Shut Up, a Star Trek Picard podcast. If you enjoyed, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please ding the thing.
If you're not watching us on YouTube, you can.
Ding
well, you won't see us yet, but you can see us soon on Patreon. But we're on YouTube because I'm old. This is the one I find things on.
Yeah.
At youtube.com/mygenderiscinema.
Correct.
This is the thing I do now.
It's the... I can do this.
I am Deanie Petty, and this is my Pantene Pro V.
Don't forget to visit HereEgo Productions on Patreon, where you'll find this and other podcasts and videos, plus much more. And please show your support.
Exclusive digital content.
Ooh, exclusive. Only for you, if you give us money.
We admit to weird things on that. You should definitely contribute.
That's hilarious.
And listen.
And please show your support by pledging as little as $1 a month so we can keep bringing these shows to you. Until next time, I'm looking at you two. To absent friends, I hate you all.
I love you.
God damn it.